Newport is a New England summer resort which is famous for its historic mansions and its rich sailing history. The city also has a population of about 25,000 residents. Newport has a strong commitment to historic preservation, with many efforts to maintain the character and charm of its historic buildings and neighborhoods. One of the main attractions in Newport is the collection of opulent mansions built during the Gilded Age. These mansions include the Breakers, Marble House, and the Elms, which are known for their architectural grandeur and are open to the public for tours. Bellevue Avenue is one of the most famous and historic streets in Newport, Rhode Island. It is renowned for its grand mansions, often referred to as the Avenue of Mansions. Bellevue Avenue is lined with some of the most opulent and iconic Gilded Age mansions in Newport. These grand estates were built by wealthy industrialists and socialites during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Many of them are open to the public for tours. Notable mansions on Bellevue Avenue include the Breakers, Marble House, Rose Cliff, the Elms, and Chateau Sermar, among others. The avenue offers a picturesque and leisurely drive with views of the Atlantic Ocean and beautiful landscaping. It's a popular route for photography and sightseeing. The mansions and property along Bellevue Avenue are well preserved and reflect the architectural grandeur of the Gilded Age. Preservation efforts have ensured that visitors can experience the opulence and history of these estates. Bellevue Avenue Historic District was declared a National Historical Landmark in 1976. In fact, several of these mansions within the district are individually National Historic Landmarks. The district has become one of Newport's major tourist attractions. Some of the mansions and venues along Bellevue Avenue host various events and festivals throughout the year. These events often include galas, lectures, and outdoor concerts. The avenue is lined with shops, boutiques, and restaurants, making it a popular destination for visitors looking to explore the local cuisine and shopping scene. Bellevue Avenue is one of the starting points for the famous Cliff Walk, a scenic 3.5-mile public access walkway that provides spectacular views of the ocean and backyards of many of these historic mansions. In addition to mansion tours, Bellevue Avenue is home to the Newport Art Museum, which features a collection of American art, and the International Tennis Hall of Fame, a museum dedicated to the history of tennis. Bellevue Avenue is a must-visit destination for history enthusiasts, architecture lovers, and anyone interested in the opulent lifestyle of the Gilded Age. It offers a unique opportunity to step back in time and experience the grandeur of Newport's historic past. Mansions such as the Breakers, the Elms, Marble House, and Rosecliff all offer self-guided experiences with engaging audio tours. An individual ticket for the Breakers is $29 per adult. For one property at the Elms, Marble House, Rosecliff, Chateau Sarmar is $25 per adult. If you want to visit 2 properties, it's $38 per adult. If you plan on visiting 3 properties, it is $46 per adult. The term Newport Mansions collectively refer to a group of historic and grand mansions located in Newport. These mansions, often known as summer cottages, were built during the Gilded Age in the late 19th and early 20th century. They were the vacation homes of America's wealthiest families, including the Vanderbilts, Astors, and other industrialists. Many of these mansions are open to the public today and offer a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle of that era. Here are some of the well-known Newport mansions include the Breakers, Marble House, Rosecliff, the Elms, Chateau Charmar, the Isaac Bell House, Kingscote, Hunter House, and Sheps Ho. These mansions are not only architectural marvels, but also offer a unique opportunity to step back in time and explore the lifestyle of wealthy elite during the Gilded Age. The Preservation Society of Newport County plays a significant role in maintaining and preserving these historic properties and making them accessible to the public through tours and events. Discover magnificent Gilded Age mansions built for social and financial elite in Newport. Choose a single ticket for the Breakers or save with multi-mansion tickets. Admire the architecture and interior design with influences from around the world and marvel at the mansions and gardens set against the rugged Newport coastline. Save 28% on 2 properties or 41% on 3 properties with multi-mansion tickets. Use my link to get your tickets to Newport Mansions. H10 Hotels is one of the 10 leading hotel companies in Spain and is currently expanding into the Caribbean and Europe. H10 Hotels is utterly committed to satisfying its clients, offering privileged locations, specialized services, and premier cuisines. Use my links in the description to book the right H10 hotel for your trip. Of all of Newport's famous homes, the Breakers Mansion is the cream of the summer cottage crop, commissioned in 1893 by railroad tycoon Cornelius Vanderbilt II. The Breakers is a Renaissance-style summer cottage inspired by the palaces of northern Italy. Its opulence has no bounds. It is made of Italian marble, ornate gold ceilings, French antique furnishing and fixtures, including diamonds, rubies, and other precious gems encrusted in the walls. Visitors will be wowed at the intense display of wealth throughout the mansion's 70 rooms. You can't tour every corner of the house, but you will have access to the kitchen and other behind-the-scene rooms, including the outdoor grounds and the servant room. The Breakers is on Orchard Point Avenue, within 2 blocks of Salve Regina University and a few blocks northeast of the Marble House. Complimentary parking is provided on site, and you can also take Newport Trolley number 67 to Salve Regina University stop and walk from there. The mansion is also accessible via the Seaside Cliff Walk. The 70-room mansion with a gross area of 138,300 square feet and 62,482 square feet of living area on 5 floors was designed by Richard Morris Hunt in Renaissance Revival style. The interior decor was by Julius Allard and Sons and Ogden Codman Jr. The Orchard Point Avenue entrance is marked by the sculpted iron gates. Walkway gates are a part of the 12-foot-high limestone and iron fence that borders the property on all but the ocean side. The footprint of the house covers approximately 1 acre or 43,000 square feet of the 14 acres estate on the cliffside overlooking Easton Bay on the Atlantic Ocean. The house was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1971 and was designated as a National Historic Landmark in 1994. The property is owned and operated by the Newport Preservation Society as a museum and is open for visits all year round. The Breakers is one of the most famous and opulent historic mansions in Newport. It is a symbol of the Gilded Age and a prime example of the extravagant summer houses built by America's wealthiest families during that era. The mansion is situated on a prime oceanfront location along the cliff walk, offering stunning views of the Atlantic Ocean. Its stunning gardens, designed by architect Ernest W. Bowditch, include terraces, fountains, and pathways. Cornelius Vanderbilt II purchased the grounds in 1885 for $450,000, which is around $14.7 million today. The previous mansion on the property burned to the ground on November 25, 1892, and Vanderbilt commissioned famed architect Richard Morris Hunt to rebuild it in splendor. Vanderbilt insisted that the building be made as fireproof as possible, resulting in a structure composed of masonry and steel trusses with no wood parts. He even required that the boiler be located away from the house in an underground space below the front lawn. The designers created an interior using marble imported from Italy and Africa, and rare woods and mosaics from other countries around the world. It also included architectural elements purchased from the Château in France, such as the library mantle. Expansion to the mansion was finally finished in 1892. The Breakers is the architectural and social architecture of the Gilded Age, a period when members of the Vanderbilt family were among the major industrialists of America. It was the largest and most opulent house in the Newport area upon its completion in 1895. Vanderbilt died from a cerebral hemorrhage caused by a stroke at the age of 55 in 1899, leaving the Breakers to his wife Alice Vanderbilt. She outlived him by 35 years until she passed away at the age of 89 in 1934. She left the Breakers to her youngest daughter, Gladys. And essentially because Gladys lacked American property, in addition, none of her others were interested in the property, while Gladys really loved their estate. Discover the beauty of Newport, Rhode Island and its historic mansions on a trolley tour, which takes you to more than 150 points of interest along Ocean Drive, Bellevue Avenue, Cliff Walk, and more. Also included is admission to the Breakers, a Vanderbilt mansion and U.S. historic landmark. Another Viator tour you could choose is the Newport Trolley Tour with Breaker Mansion from Viking Tours, which not only includes a trolley tour, but admission to the Marble House, Breakers, or Rose Cliff. The Great Hall was 50 feet by 50 feet by 50 feet. Over each of the 6 decors that lead to the Great Hall are limestone figure groups celebrating humanity's progress in art, science, and industry. Galileo representing science, Dante representing literature, Apollo representing arts, Mercury representing speed and commerce, Richard Morris Hunt representing architecture, and Carl Bittner representing sculpture. The library has coffered ceilings painted with dolphin, symbolic of sea and hospitality. Between the ceiling and gold paneling lies green Spanish leather embossed with gold, which continues into the library from the alcove used for cards. Inside the central library are 2 busts, a bronze of William Henry Vanderbilt II, the oldest child of Cornelius II and Alice, who died of typhoid at the age of 21, and a marble statue of Cornelius Vanderbilt II. The billiards room was designed in the style of ancient Rome. This room shows Richard Morris Hunt's competence in stonework. Capilano marble from Italy forms the walls, while rose alabaster arches provide contrast. Throughout the room, there are an assortment of precious gemstones. Throughout the room, there are an assortment of semi-precious stones forming mosaics of acorns and billiard balls at the top of the walls. The music room's open interior was used for recitals and dances. Its woodwork and furnishing were designed by Richard van der Boyen and completed by Julius Allard and Sons. The room has a gilt coffered ceiling lined with gold and silver, as well as an elliptical ceiling molded with bears and inscription in French of song, music, harmony, and melody. Around the edges of the names are well-known composers. The fireplace is the Campan marble and tables which were designed to match Mr. Vanderbilt, who was known to play the violin, and Mrs. Vanderbilt, the piano. The morning room was designed by French company head Julius Allard. This communal sitting room faces east to emit the morning sun and was used throughout the day. Placed around the room are platinum leaf panels illustrated with 8 of the 9 muses. The dining room was 2,400 square feet and was the house's grandest room, with 12 freestanding rose alabaster Corinthian columns supporting a colossal carved and gilt cornice. On the second floor, you have all of the bedrooms, which belong to Mr. Vanderbilt, Mrs. Vanderbilt, Miss Gertrude Vanderbilt, the guest bedrooms, and various other bedrooms. The Breakers has entertained presidents, royalty, and guests from across the world for more than 125 years and is today visited by hundreds of thousands of people each year. It is the flagship of Newport Mansions and is a world-famous iconic image of the city by the sea. The kitchen, unlike others in that time period, was situated on the first floor, away from the main house to prevent the possibility of fires and cooking smells reaching the main part of the house. The well-ventilated room supports a 21 feet cast iron stove, which heats up as a single element through a coal-burning stove. The work table is made of zinc. In front of it is a marble mortar used to crush various ingredients. Expedia is one of the world's leading full-service online travel brands, helping travelers plan easily and book trips with the widest selection of vacation packages, flights, hotels, car rentals, cruises, activities, attractions, and services. No matter who you are or where you're going, Expedia helps every type of traveler not only find the trip that's right for them, but get the best value every time. Check out some Expedia deals below. Visiting the Breakers offers a glimpse into the luxurious style of America's Gilded Age elite. Its architectural grandeur, historical significance, and breathtaking oceanfront location make it a popular attraction for tourists and history enthusiasts in Newport. The Breakers is now the most visited attraction in Rhode Island, with over 450,000 visitors annually visiting.